Okay, just want to make a quick video going over some of my thoughts on the new Pokemon Presents, mainly talking about the new game, the new starters, and that stuff, and then also just talking about some of the other stuff, and then just talking about this channel a little in general at the end. But yeah, let's just get into the starters. I think that's the biggest deal, and I think the most interesting thing. So yeah, I've just got a few notes written down on some of my thoughts, and I also am going to discuss some Pokemon I would love to see in the new game, and I will say I think the game looks great. It looks awesome. I mean, I know some people are still going to complain or whatever, but compared to Scarlet and Violet, I feel like this is a huge step up. So yeah, let's just get into it. So for the starters, I really like the dog. I mean, I've not personally had a Pomeranian, but still, I think it looks like a cute little dog Pokemon. I mean, cool fire type, and I've seen a lot of people say this. I honestly wasn't for sure on the typing what it would end up, but Fire Fairy is a opinion I've heard a couple times, and I think that would be awesome. Honestly, the only thing I really hope, I mean, I hope it stays cool looking, but I really hope it just stays on all fours. I know a lot of people have reiterated that, but I mean, I just don't really see how this one gets on two legs personally. This seems like a starter that will stay on four legs, and I hope I'm right on that. And then next, so the lizard. This is the one that I'm kind of the most mixed on because I think I'm almost scared with how Sobble went for me because I thought Sobble was going to be so cool because all like the potential evolutions I saw people make looked so cool, and then I just was really disappointed with Inteleon. Like I honestly preferred almost all like the artworks I saw people make over what we got with Inteleon. But I'm more excited for I believe it's Gekwa or it's something like that. I'm not looking at the specific name on screen right now, but yeah. But yeah, I'm really interested to see where this goes, and I hope that these all have secondary types. And I think that's part of the reason why I wasn't as crazy about the Galar starters is because they just were all the simple types. So you didn't get any cool like secondary types. And personally, I like the starters having secondary types. But yeah, I could see this going like I'll say right now one of three areas. Initially, when I see a reptilian Pokemon, Dragon always comes up. And I saw the purple eyes, and I was like, ooh, that kind of gives off a little bit of a dragony vibe. But then I looked at it more, and I was like, honestly, that also looks really poisony. And then the like fingers and stuff, I could really heavily see this being poison. And then I saw some other people saying poison, and then I saw somebody saying psychic. So I was like, oh, I could see that too, actually, because that's also kind of fits the purple. But my guess for now is going to be poison, but I would not be upset with either psychic or dragon. And like I said, I could see this going so many routes with a cool looking lizard Pokemon. I mean, they could go like the Komodo dragon route, which is something we're going to talk about a little more in this video, or about that specific animal. But yeah, they could go a variety of different routes with this. Nile monitor, they could just keep it like a gecko, like a Tokay gecko or something, or leopard gecko, or I actually thought it was based off a leopard gecko when I first saw it, but I think it's actually based on a oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the name. It's literally like the other big common pet gecko. I can't think of what it is. It's gonna kill me if I can't remember what it is. If it comes back to me, I'll say it. But yeah, the other big gecko that I can see it in my head. Crested gecko. Okay, there it is. Yeah, crested gecko. I think it's actually more based on a crested gecko. And then the bird. I don't know. It kind of gives Rowlet vibes, but not exactly. And then it also kind of gives a little bit of an Angry Birds vibe. I'm interested to see where this goes because because I think this is based on like Indonesia, and like the Southeast Asia and Australia, top of Australia area. And there's a lot of really cool birds in that area. Like there's it's like I think it's a parrot that stays on the ground. It's from New Zealand or something. And then there's the kiwi bird, cassowaries, and then like the giant moa I think is from somewhere in that region. Emus. You could go so many cool routes with the bird. And then I've seen some people mention that it could become some sort of owl. I hope they don't do another grass owl bird, but yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see where they go with that one. That's another one that I could see going anyway. I think the dog is going to be solid. I'm pretty sure. And for the bird, I mean, I guess I'll say flying, but I really have no idea what that secondary type is going to end up being. But yeah, I think all have potential. And right now, I'm not sold on any of the three. Right now, I could see myself picking any of the three, but the final evolutions will probably dictate it for me for sure. And And I did want to, so yeah, I've seen some funny comparisons for each, and I kind of thought the same. The dog, well, the dog, it literally just screams fire Pomeranian. And then the bird, I didn't really know what it looked like at first, and then I saw people saying Angry Birds. And then I saw this comment, and I was like, oh, that totally I agree with. The lizard literally looks like something straight out of Littlest Pet Shop, or Little Pet Shop. I don't know. My sister, I don't think she ever really got into that stuff, but having a younger sister, I do remember being in like that aisle a lot and seeing those, and I actually thought some of them looked decent, because I was always a big animal person. So yeah, I really like all three's designs. At first, I was like, I wasn't for sure, but I actually am pretty excited for all three of these starters. And I mean, I've liked every single set of starters except Galler. I hate to hate on Galler so much, but yeah, I'm just not crazy about that starter set. That's been my least favorite starter set out of any game by far, because I don't even think I used Inteleon in my full playthrough. I think I literally kept it in the box, and then after I beat the game, then leveled it up to evolve it. But yeah, I just cared nothing for the Galar starters. But I actually really liked the last game starters. I loved Fuecoco, and I loved Meowscarada. I love both those lines. I ended up going Fuecoco, but yeah, I could see either. Skeletors is so awesome. Because I actually might prefer Sprigatito, but I think Skeletors was my favorite final Evo. But yeah, I really like the starters. And like I said, since this region is based on like Indonesia, that area of the world, Southeast Asia, there's two things I would love to see. And I hope that these are either the legendary, a pseudo legendary, or something. But I really want a Komodo dragon Pokemon. And like I said, maybe that's what Gekwa or whatever ends up evolving into, is like a Komodo dragon type Pokemon. But I would love to see a big Komodo dragon type Pokemon. And I mean, I think Poison Dragon, I don't know if Komodo dragons are technically venomous, but I know like they've got like it's either venom or like a really bacterial rich mouth that makes it almost functions like a poison. But either way, I think a Komodo dragon Pokemon would be awesome, especially like I said, as the pseudo legendary. And then another Pokemon that I think would be so cool in a similar role would be a tiger. I think a tiger would make such a cool pseudo legendary. I think that would be one of our first like primarily mammalian pseudo legendaries, but I think a tiger would be like the perfect animal to do that with. And both of those could make perfect legendaries as well, but I would love for them to do another two pseudo legendary region like what they did with Metagross and Salamence. And I think a big looking tiger could be awesome. And a Komodo dragon, like I said, Poison Dragon for that. And then for the tiger, I don't really know what typing I would love for a tiger Pokemon. Dark instantly comes to mind, and then either fire or electric. I think both of those could work. Fire Darks just seems really cool for a tiger. I mean, I guess it's Incineroar, but I'm thinking more like a planted on four legs looking tiger that's got more of like a legendary vibe to it. But yeah, either one of those I think would be awesome. And then some other really cool animals. I mean, saltwater croc and like some sort of elephant would be cool. And then another one last animal I would love to see. So these are my like big five animal creature things I would love to see. I would love to see a Sumatran rhino based Pokemon, which is like a rhino with a little bit of brown fuzz. Kind of reminds me of a woolly rhino. So yeah, that's the Pokemon I would love to see in this new game. But yeah, the game looks great once again. So that's pretty much it for my thoughts on the Gen 10. Love the water and stuff. Wind and Waves, so cool looking. Like I said, and I know people are still going to hate on whatever, but yeah, I like it. So then, yeah, XD Gale of Darkness coming to Switch 2. Game I never played, but I always thought looked cool. So yeah, excited for that. Don't really know much to say on it because I've like not seen many playthroughs of it, and I've never played it, but I do really want to play it at some point. So this will be my perfect opportunity. 30th anniversary sets. I mean, we knew stuff was going to be cool coming for this. Oh, going back to the new game. It's releasing at the end of 2027. I have no issue with this. I know some people have wanted it to come out this year. I would much rather wait one more year and we get an even better game. So yeah, I'm actually kind of happy that they're pushing it back to 2027, and I still haven't bought my Switch 2 yet. So, which I need to, because for one, I mean, I literally have this whole channel where I talk about Pokemon and I love Pokemon. Then I have another channel that's primarily Nintendo gaming stuff. So I'll put a link to that channel. I'm actually thinking about kind of getting back more on that channel. So yeah, if you want to see me doing some Nintendo gaming. So yeah, I will eventually get a Switch 2. So yeah, between that and like I said, just the game's going to be better, I have no issue with the Switch 2. Or that the game is coming out a year later. But yeah, the 30th anniversary sets, we all knew that these were coming, and I think they're going to be fun. Like the stuff they showed in the trailer, if they're doing like remakes of like those like double cards, like I think it was Cresselia Darkrai. If they do more of that stuff, I'll be thrilled, because I collected in that era. Like that was like some of my earliest card memories is because that and like End of Hoenn. Um, so if they're doing stuff like that, I'll be thrilled. But yeah. And then Pokemon Champions. I really don't know what much to say on Champions. I think it's going to be awesome, but I'm gonna kind of want to just see it. I don't know. I don't really have. I mean, I'm really excited for it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just not sure yet if that makes sense. Pokopia or whatever looks cool. I just don't know if it's my style of game personally. Okay, and then I've got one thing that I have a pretty strong opinion on. I do not get the hate for the new Fire Red Leaf Green. Literally, people I've seen some people, and I know it's not everybody, but it seems like there's a really loud minority, and maybe I'm in the minority, but I don't get the hate on this. I'm actually thrilled that they're re-releasing these games, and I think it's like $20. I do not get the hate at all. I mean, I'm actually thrilled that they're doing this because I'm somebody who hasn't really messed with emulators or anything. And I mean, people are like, just emulate the games. I mean, I get it, but I just personally don't care. And I mean, I would love to just play it on a Switch. So I'm completely fine with this. I just do not get the hate at all for this. I actually think it's a great idea. And people have complained for so long about not having these games available on Switch, and then they release it and people want to complain. And I mean, they were not going to make these free. I don't know what. I mean, maybe they could have made them a little cheaper, but 20 seems very fair. Unless now, if I miss the price and these are like $60, okay, that's a different story. But if they're $20, and I think that's what they are, I have no issue with it. And honestly, I'm kind of upset that the fans have acted this way because I actually think they couldn't have done that much better, re-releasing the games for that price on the newer consoles. And I mean, I really hope they do the same for Black, White, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, do all those games. As somebody who owns those games, and I know some people might be mad that that might slightly decrease the price of the. I don't care one bit. I have all those games. I hope they release these again, because I just love playing those games. So yeah, I'm thrilled about that. And yeah, I would love to know what you all think, but I'm actually thrilled that they're re-releasing these games once again. And I'm shocked with the amount of hate I've seen about these re-releasing. Okay, and then still haven't played Legends of Yay yet. I know I should have. Maybe we'll eventually do a playthrough of it on the channel. We probably definitely will, but I just haven't got the game yet. I don't know. I've just not been as big into Pokemon, I guess. I mean, I guess that's why I've not been as active on this channel. I think this is the first video I've uploaded in months. I have recorded a card video that I probably need to upload before this, but yeah, I'm actually pretty excited for Legends of Yay. I just haven't got around to playing it yet. But yeah, really excited. And I will say, I was kind of not crazy about the first batch of the new Mega Starter, or not Megas, the first batch of new Megas. I mean, there was a few I liked, but wasn't crazy about some. But then the Garchomp got revealed. Love the Garchomp because personally, I just was not a fan of the original Mega Garchomp. As Garchomp being my favorite Pokemon, it just didn't do it for me. And the fact that it was worse on speed, I was like, so I'm not crazy about the design, and they make it slower. I'll keep using Garchomp, but I'm just not going to go Mega Garchomp, and I'll just use a different Mega Pokemon. But I actually really like this new one. It is kind of weird that it's a special attacker, though, that loses the ground typing. But other than that, I love it. I love the design. I like this style of Mega Garchomp so much better. And the fact that it's faster, speed and attacker, I think the two most fun things for a playthrough. So having a fast Pokemon that is either really high special or really high physical attack, either way, great with me. So I'm really excited about the Mega Garchomp. And I think it still is pretty good in physical attack. So this could easily be one of those ones that you could run Draco Meteor and then 2 or 3 physical attacks or something. I don't know exactly. I'm not, a competitive person for Pokemon. So, but still, I love it. And there's a few other Megas I really liked. But it's my favorite Pokemon. So obviously I wanted to touch on it. But yeah, I guess that's it as far as the new stuff I wanted to talk about. And then, like I said, I did kind of briefly want to talk about this channel. Yeah, I don't know. I've just not been as crazy about Pokemon. I mean, new sets every often, and they're still kind of hard to get and still really expensive. And you can just spend so much money in this hobby that, I realized I needed to chill out on it. So, yeah. That's kind of why I've not been recording and uploading as much. I did get some stuff for, Christmas, and I am going to upload that video pretty soon. Honestly, I think I'm just going to upload this video first just because, with it being such new stuff that I probably just need to get it out sooner. But, yeah. But I have a lot of old videos I need to upload. I don't think I've uploaded all the X and Y series. That needs to be uploaded on this channel. I actually started a whole playthrough of Black and White, or I think it's specifically White, but I've recorded a good chunk of that. I think I've got past the champion already. Not 100% sure on that, though. But I need to upload that. There's a lot of card videos I recorded that were smaller stuff that I just never uploaded. So yeah, I've got a lot of content that can be uploaded. So if you all want to see it, I can definitely do it. I know I'd planned to do a sealed collection video and I think a few other videos, but haven't got around to recording those yet. And I've actually kind of put a bunch of my sealed stuff up like under my bed in like some boxes. You know, I wanted to make sure they were in a spot where they'd stay in good condition, and then also, kind of reduces the temptation of wanting to open some of that stuff. But yeah, still really love Pokemon, obviously. And I will say one thing: I'm thinking I might be getting big onto Smash on that Nintendo/gaming channel. So if you want to see me do some Pokemon related stuff or stuff featuring Pokemon, but not like Pokemon specific games, I will probably be doing some stuff like that on that channel. And I'm still not sure on who I'm going to main in Smash Ultimate. I know it's an older game, but I've kind of switched between a few different characters. I know at one point I really like Pokemon Trainer. There's been points where I've really liked Pikachu and like Bowser. I've kind of rotated, and I don't know if those are. Well, Pikachu I think is actually pretty good in Smash Ultimate, like as far as ranking. But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at right now. So that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'd love to know your all's thoughts on the starters and everything. But yeah, that's it. And yeah, that's pretty much so new game, other new stuff, and then. Current channel situation / other channels. So yeah, if you want to see me uploading more stuff, specifically just other gaming in general, I will put a link to that channel. But yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'm out. And like I said, let me know any thoughts you all have on the starters, any cool new Pokemon ideas. But like I said, I would love to see like the Komodo Dragon Tiger as either a legendary, pseudo-legendary, or just a cool Pokemon in-game. Those are two I would love to see, because I don't think I guess maybe Incineroar, but I'm wanting, like I said, like a tiger on all fours. And yeah. And I would really, I think a Komodo Dragon's going to be so fitting for this region, so I really hope we either get a legendary or pseudo-legendary or just general. A Poison Dragon type Komodo Dragon. I've got my fingers crossed as we speak. But that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I am out now.